Alright folks, here we go. A little rant on the way to work. Commuting. I'm a working man, blue collar guy, simple man. Yeah, I'm not the smartest, not the sharpest knife in the drawer. It takes me a while to figure things out. Now I'm 51 years of age. And let me tell you, I think I've come to the point, like many of you, that, I've come to realize that everything in this world is a lie. Yep, that's right, folks. Here's the rant. Everything in this world is a lie. Now, you can go on any one of these gurus' podcasts, and you can easily hear all the details of why I've come to that conclusion, right? I mean, what's been going on in the last few years has opened the eyes of many people. Right now, one thing I want to point out is no secret. We're all trying to make it. We're all trying to just get through the day, right? We're trying to get, we go to work. Many of us hate it. But you got to do what you got to do to pay the bills, support the family, right? So here I am, like many, trying to say, how can I supplement my income? And, I get into the stock market. You get investing, you're looking at stuff, you read a book, you read another book, you read 10 books, 20 books. It becomes from a quick little hobby to like you're just consumed trying to figure this stuff out, So I've kind of put two and two together, and I'm like saying, wait a minute. Every book I read, right? Here's an example, little details, right? Devil's in the details. They tell you got to have a stop loss. You got to have a stop loss because you want to let your winners run, and you want to cut your losses short. Okay, but many people by nature do the opposite. What's the opposite? Well, you want to hang on to that loss, hoping it comes back, and it never does. And then they say you want to let your winners run, you want to let them go, but many people get greedy, and the minute they get a little profit, they go, ha, look how smart I am, I got that one right. And they want to sell out before it turns on them. And then that way they feel like they just did something great because they got one right. But this is what's stupid. When you try to let your winners run, many of them go south, right? Now their logic is, if you have just one gigantic run, it just keeps going for 6 months to a year, it just keeps climbing. That one's going to cover all the little losses. Now here's the realization. Here's actual experience, okay? Here's what happens. There's the saying, death by 1,000 cuts. Death by 1,000 cuts. So you keep taking those 2, 3, 5% losses, waiting for that home run. And the home run never comes. By the time the year goes by, you just get chopped to pieces, little cuts, million cuts, and you bleed to death and you got nothing left, right? Now, all this stuff in life, all this shit that goes on today, as you see, let me see if I can zoom. I'm doing this. I'm driving, as you can see. I'm multitasking, folks. I can't do it. I can't do it. Forget it. Look at this. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't even know where I am anymore. Hello? Let's see if I can find you. That was a big mistake. I don't know if you can see it up there to the right. It's kind of leaving the screen. It's the moon, folks. It's beautiful. Just left the right-hand screen. What a beauty. I'll tell you, this beautiful morning, there's beauty in the world despite all the evil, that's running around. God shows us every day. He tries to remind us, and I don't mean to diverge, but you got to mention it. You got to stay strong, folks. You got to stay strong. This world, the devil's playground, it'll beat you up. But God's there. He's there. You just got to look for him. You got to stop and smell the roses, as they say, All right, but anyway, back on track. Okay, here we go. So what I'm coming to is, you know, everything I read is really, it's upside down. It's just another lie when it comes to the stock market. And, you know, then you hear this stuff, okay? Here's what goes on. The manipulation in the world, you know, not just the stock market, but politics, right? The two go hand in hand, folks. Wall Street is in bed with the government. I mean, come on. That's an obvious one now. You got to see. Look at the Wall Street, the housing crisis. Remember that? And the banks didn't get in trouble. The whole world is run by banks, folks. The politicians are taking orders not from us, the people. They're taking their marching orders from the bankers. Okay? When I say bankers, I don't mean the teller that works in your local bank. Not even the manager there. I'm talking about the guys on top of the pyramid. You know what I mean? Those behind the curtain in the shadows, the names we don't know. This is what makes me laugh, how every day on TV and radio, the same radio and TV that they control, the bankers control it, so they're only giving you what they want you to see. So the only place you're going to find truth is in a little podcast like a local guy that I'm talking. I might influence 10 people if I'm lucky. Maybe I'll get 3 that see this. By the time the algorithm has it pop up, maybe somehow, somewhere, a couple of people will see it. All right, but I'm just venting, folks. Like I said, this is a rant. I'm getting it off my chest. And quite frankly, it's an exercise of self-discipline. What do I mean? Okay, so I'm getting to the point that everything in the world is a lie. Everything I learned and tried to read on the stock market is also a lie. So all the stuff I've been doing is in vain. And that's exactly where they want you. Now here's what I'm saying, manipulation. Why did I bring that up? Well, you see it in politics and in the stock market. It's a hidden thing. It's like they tell you to do one thing while they do the other. Example, they control the media, right? Okay, and you know who they is, those behind the curtain, and the insiders. Anyone who's a big, successful, big shot that you see on TV, they're inside. They know what's going on. They're either getting their marching orders to say what they got to say, and as a flip side, they're getting rewarded by being on the inside, and they become wealthy. So let's take a guy who comes on the financial networks, and he says, oh, you know, I'm buying X. Right? I'm staying away from Y. Meanwhile, he's doing the opposite. And here's an example of what they do. Let's take coffee beans, for instance, right? The newspaper will print, they will have them print that coffee is bad for you. Oh yeah, coffee dulls the mind, it's a stimulant, but in the long run it burns your brain out, or whatever the excuse is. It's low libido, you know, man, you'll lose it, you know, you can't get it up. They'll throw out some headlines for a while, and it'll go around all the networks, oh my, right? And the price of coffee, people will go, I ain't drinking that shit anymore, you know. A lot of people are addicted, they're weak in 2024, they're weak and addicted, easily manipulated, but there'll still be a good amount of people who say, fuck that shit, I ain't drinking coffee anymore. They'll be strong enough, right? They'll turn their back to coffee. The supply, well, the demand for coffee, I should say, will go down, right? Which means the price of coffee beans will go down. And then what they'll do is they'll buy it, they'll buy coffee beans low as the demand goes down. And then they'll come out and say, okay, drop the next report like 6 months later. And they'll say, oh, guess what, folks? Coffee bean, it makes your IQ increase. And it brings back your libido if you're past the age of 30. Oh, forget about it. People start drinking coffee in droves, right? They start drinking 2-3 cups a day, right? So the demand for coffee beans goes up. Right, and there you go. So now all of a sudden these guys bought in low and the price goes up. So now what do? They fucking sell it high, and then they say, okay, time for the next report. New study comes out that coffee causes cancer. Holy shit, sell. Oh, I'm getting out of coffee. I'm not drinking that shit anymore. And it goes around and around, and they manipulate you. Now, what do they do? What do they do, folks, with the media? This is all their game plan. They tell you with politics, you know. Look at how they're pushing Nikki Haley, this dumb bitch, right? Nobody wants her. They're telling us. Look at Obama, how they told us how he was such a great orator and all this. He was reading scripts. Folks, they're all fucking actors. And I hate to break it to you, the 2 or 3 of you that see this, Donald Trump is just another fucking actor, okay? But that's another story, all right? But let me get to what I'm saying. Everything is a fucking lie. I said it. Everything's a lie. You watch those football games, you watch those fucking basketball games, this shit's all fucking rigged. Don't you remember all the referee bullshit and the fucking guy, oh, that's not the team they want to win. You know, the same story, folks. More people bet one way. They bet for Team X, right? So now we can't let Team X win, else we lose money. So we gotta let Team Y win. And that way we make our money on the betting, right? So they got the fucking influence from the refs, from the referees. Come on. It's all been talked about and exposed, but everybody forgets it. It's yesterday's news, and people don't want to believe this stuff. They don't want to believe that everything is a fucking lie, because then it's a break to their ego, because they think they're smart. Everybody thinks they're so fucking smart. They can't admit they're wrong. And I'm telling you right now, I came to this conclusion at the age of 51. I realized everything's a fucking lie. I'm admitting to myself I didn't know shit. I thought I knew a lot when I was 20. I thought I knew more when I was 30, and I was an idiot when I was 20. When I was 50 now, I think both of those idiots at 30 and 40 were morons. You see what I'm saying? So this is how it goes, folks. Now, when I'm 60, will I look back and realize what a dope I was at 51? Yeah! There'll be more things I learned. Listen. Here's what I'm getting at. So you combine these two topics, you know, everything's a lie, politics and stuff, Wall Street, and my investing, right? I've done everything to lose money. I followed all their fucking advice. Lose money, right? So now I got this, there's this website called Stock Fetcher, all right? Here's some detail for you. I'm not just ranting, I'm giving you some information that'll actually be of use, okay? Stock Fetcher, it's a little program. Now, you gotta pay, I don't know, it's like $12-15 a month, right? But the point is, I'm going to use it, I'm going to display down the road now. What I'm going to do is post, I'll make quick posts. No long rants like this every day. This is just the introduction to set your mind in the right, you know, you got to get in the right state of mind, is what I'm trying to say. So you can follow what I'm saying. What I am saying is, on this website, Stock Fetcher, you can actually, you know, scan for certain criteria. And folks, I tried this shit with everything they fucking taught me in the books. None of it fucking works, right? All these dopes on YouTube, right? I'm going to post this on YouTube so you can say I'm just another dope, true. But what I found is, again, everything's a fucking lie. All these dopes on YouTube that post, here's my strategy to get 90% winners, right? They fucking take a small section, small fucking moment in time where it worked, where they're buy when the price passes the 20-day moving average, you know, whatever it is. Buy at the 52-week high, and all this stuff. Their criteria that they look for, and then they do a back test, which only was for a span of 1 year or 6 months, where it fucking performed outstanding. But then you don't realize it's too short of a time to know if it's going to keep working. It's like walking into a casino and going up to the roulette wheel, betting red, and getting fucking lucky that red came out 10 times in a row, and then you leave the casino with money thinking, yeah, I'm going to do this every day. Always bet on red because red only comes out. I mean, this is the stupidity of what they're saying. Okay, you got to realize, and it's pretty simple. you see the same format for all these fucking videos. They have a catchy little thumbnail. They open up in the same fucking way. And the conclusion is always, look at all the money you can make. And, you know, just following me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like. You know, all this shit. Why? Because they intend to make more videos, so you keep fucking watching them. So that's where they make their money. They want to get their algorithm up, folks. More people watching, then they start making money off of the commercials or however they fucking monetize their podcast. Come on, if they were making fucking money trading in the market, why would they have to fucking post a video every day? Why would they have to fucking get you to subscribe and like so their algorithm goes up? Right? Everything is a fucking lie. I just told you. You're still not fucking believing me. Everything is a fucking lie. Come on. Boy, I'm driving on this fucking New York State Thruway south. I'm coming to the Tappan Zee Bridge. That's right, folks. It's the Tappan Zee. You know, what do they call it? What do these fucking morons call it these days? The Mario Cuomo Bridge. That motherfucker was a piece of shit who never did anything for New York except fucking bleed it like a parasite. He was a fucking grifter. A fucking grifter! Mario Cuomo should be turning his grave. I hope he's burning in fucking hell. He's a piece of shit, just like his son. Hey, New Yorkers, you fucking morons. I told you I was ranting. Where in the fucking world can you elect a fucking governor? And then no one else is fucking good enough qualified to fit that role. None other than the fucking son of the piece of shit governor who ran it years ago. And then Andrew Cuomo becomes governor, who's just a piece of shit just like him, folks. We have royalty in this fucking land of the free. What are we talking about? Bush, right? What the fuck? The Clintons. Now people are dropping. Obama was president. Now they're dropping Michelle, Michael, whatever you want to call them. Again, there's another lie, right? Look up, folks. Look. Chemtrails, folks. What do you know? They're dropping chemtrails. You think I fucking orchestrated this one for my video? I told the guy to fly over. Come on, folks. I don't have that much power. It's not me that's doing it. Come on, folks. It's right in the video. We got the beautiful moon, and we got chemtrails. God showing us the beauty of the world, and then man destroying it. Following Satan, right? Following Satan. I mean, what are we gonna say, right? What else is left to say? It's the devil's playground, folks. I told you. Now, what am I trying to get at? What is this rant? I'm ranting, that's for sure. Well, here we go. I don't know if you can check out the detail. There you go. The 5G tower to the left. Look at that one. They didn't even try to make it look like a tree. Look at that. Right near the power line. Folks, we're fucking insane. We got 5G and power lines, right? Which one is worse for you? Who knows? Take your pick. One of them's going to kill us. And here we go. Here's a side on the right. Is the McDonald's on this fucking stop? No, I guess not. It's not on that one, folks. Go figure. McDonald's poison us, right? The poison is food. They poison our food. They poison the air. They poison the fucking water. They poison our fucking minds. Why do you think I'm doing this, folks? I've lost my mind, right? There's some of you'd say that. But listen to me now. Listen close. Here's the whole get-go. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. You gotta empower yourself. God is there. He's giving you the signs, right? I think maybe he sent me a sign. Maybe he didn't. I don't even know. He's got me thinking, though, folks. Everything's a lie. Most of us realize this. That's the theme. So why not apply it to the market, right? Everything they teach us is a lie. Apply it to 52-week high. You know, they try to tell you to go against, you know, that motto, the old motto, buy low, sell high, right? You can't go wrong, right? You buy low, you sell high. But what do? They tell you, no, buy high and sell higher, right? They say, no, don't do this, do that. Do this, do that, follow me, click, like, subscribe. You know what I mean? So, here we go. What I'm getting at is I went on this stock fetcher site. I was subscribed. and I tested out something which I can't believe. I'm going to share this with you because I'm not scared to reveal my secret, because one, like I said, 3 or 4 of you are going to listen to this. So if you start implementing it yourself, we're not going to change the effect. There's a thing that happens if a guy is out there and he has influence and he says, this is what I'm doing to make money, the next thing you know, everybody tries doing it and they destroy that strategy, okay? Now, I don't think that's going to happen because nobody's really following me and nobody would take me. Because why, folks? I don't have a degree. I'm not an expert, right? Again, folks, lies! Oh, fucking lies! Who gives a shit, an expert? You don't have to be a mathematician expert, a fucking, professor of mathematics to know that 2 + 2 = 4. The minute you point it out to some fucking, pundit on, TV, they'll tell you, well, where's your degree from? Oh, so 2 + 2 must not equal 4 anymore because I'm not an expert. I don't have a degree, right? That's what they'll tell you. Don't believe your lying eyes, folks. I'm telling you, this is what they do to us, right? Manipulation, mind control. All right, so back on track. So what was I saying? All right, I go on Stock Fetcher. I'll get it out. Don't worry, folks. I'm getting to it. I got out and I test the fucking upside down theory, I call it. Everything they fucking tell us is a lie. So what do I start doing? Oh, what's a big one they tell us? Don't try to catch a falling knife, right? Wait, what's a falling knife? Well, that's the idea. The metaphor is you try to catch a falling knife and you're only going to get caught, right? So what they're saying is when a stock starts to fall, to sell right away, get the fuck out. Because if you put more money in, let's say it's $100 and it drops, let's make it simple, it drops to 50, it really took a spill. You're like, well, fuck, now I can get it for half price. I'll put more money in. Now it goes to 25, so it gets cut in half again from 50. Now you're like, holy shit, it's really cheap. It was 100 at one point. And then it keeps going down, and it goes down, and then what, folks? Oh, oops, it's bankrupt. So all the money you kept dumping into it on the way down, you lose it all, because it goes bankrupt, and that's it. Game over. No mas. All right? So, here we go. So they keep telling you this. That every company that fucking goes down is going to go bankrupt. It's their logic, right? Why? Because they're the ones fucking buying it low. Okay? They're the ones getting in low. Buy low, sell high. It's the truth. It's the logic, folks. Common sense. You can't make money if you don't buy at a lower price than when you sell. You got to get in low and you got to sell high. But they tell you buy high and sell higher. No, why? Because when you buy high, where does it have to go, folks? Nowhere but down. And then you fucking are left holding the bag. And then you sell out low. And then they fucking buy low. And then it goes back up and they sell high. And then who are they selling it to, stupid? You! You're buying it from them. And when I say you, the millions of us dopes, the little guys, all are selling. We're all buying from them when it's high. They're the ones selling it to us. Then it drops. We lose money and they had gotten out. Then when it's low, we fucking sell it to them who buy low and they get in nice when it's low, and then it goes up. And it's a cycle. It's the manipulation. I told you they use their influence so that they control the media, so they just tell them those stories. Oh, this is never going to get back up. It looks like it's going to crash forever. We all sell to them, and then they fucking put the good news out that they had a winning quarter. Oh, look at that. They turned it around. Oh, come on, folks. They're so manipulative that what they do is they use the politics to fucking pass bills in the favor of certain companies over others. Where are they invested? In the companies that are going to benefit. Where are you invested? In the companies that are fucking getting burned, getting the shaft. They're the ones they told you to buy, and then the whole fucking thing. Oh, come on, folks. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was this. Catch a falling knife, right? Now, there are companies that go bankrupt. Yes, it happens. Now, what I'm thinking is, because everything's a lie, right? They are telling us that the stock market and the economy's... Well, the stock market is revving up. It's going up higher and higher. As people, that's an indication. Look, folks, unemployment, they'll claim, that's a lie. They'll claim it's low, okay? But all the devil's in the details of the jobs report, how there's more part-time jobs. If you want to get a detailed explanation of what's going on, watch Peter Schiff. He'll tell you. See, he's not an insider. As far as I know, you might be laughing, but this fucking guy has been calling this shit and criticizing these people. And the philosophy that he gives, okay, would only take power away from the government. This is why I trust the man. And everything that they do is the opposite of what Peter suggests the government should do in order to restore freedom and prosperity. So he's diametrically opposed. He's 180 from everything that the people on the inside are doing. The global move, the push to globalism, okay? The Federal Reserve and printing money. He's against all this shit. All this stuff takes our power and freedom away. Peter says things that would put it back in place. Okay, that's why I believe what he says. Okay? Look, everything in the stock market is a lie. So right now the stock market is at record highs, which only tells me, which only confirms what Peter's saying, that unemployment figures are lies. We all see the inflation numbers. They're fucking lies. We go to the store with our own lying eyes and see that the price of groceries has gone up and it continues to go up. I go to the store and I used to pay $100 for groceries. Now I'm paying $3.50. Get the fuck out of here. Inflation is low. It's the way they measure it is a lie. Everything in that basket of commodity, the consumer price index, it's all lies. If the price of something in the consumer price index goes up, they rearrange the basket, stupid. So then that fucking item isn't in there. And now it fucking doesn't show that everything is a lie. Folks, come on. All right, so here we go. So now, if I take what I learned, okay, and flip it on its head, all right? I'm not going to buy falling knives, because in this market where the stock market keeps going up and up, we are in a bubble. Soon that bubble's going to pop, and everything is going to go bankrupt. You get it? So I don't want to be buying stocks going down at this moment, because using common sense and what I know, all right? They're telling us everything is sunshine and rainbows, right? Meanwhile, it's shit. It's gonna implode. Everything is high right now. It's record high in the stock market, meaning that's all a lie. All of it's got to come crashing down. Now, when the reality hits and they start selling, see, these people that are the big shots are all still making money off of us. They're still riding the lies. But once it's over, and they're gonna pull out, and they're gonna convince us. Right now, they're doing it, folks. I'm adding credibility to what I'm saying. Look at the world, and you don't believe me. Look at what they're doing. They're telling you and me, the average person, that everything is great. Look at the stock market revving up. Bidenomics is working. Look at inflation is down. We beat inflation. The price of everything's coming back down. We're just over the corner now. Everything will be sunshine and rainbows. And they're buying it, folks. And the market's going up and up and up. They're selling to the average person so they could pull their massive money, their profits out. The big wigs, the big shots, the insiders. They are selling to the little guys now. They're selling to us. That's what's happening. And once again, when this shit crashes, they're going to tell you, don't worry. Even as your lying eyes will look on the screen, and you'll see the fucking stock market losing every fucking day another 100, well, at this point, another 1,000 points, another 2,000. It's going to be so fucking ugly, okay, the crash. 500 points down. Oh, don't worry. This is a good buying opportunity. They're going to lie to you and use that buy low, sell high mantra. But this is when it's a lie. When they come out and fucking say it, it's a lie. Everything's a fucking lie. Okay? So what I'm getting at is it's not the time to be in stocks. What's going on? Okay? Get this. Peter Schiff even points this out. To understand how oversold gold is, the gold mining stocks that mine gold, right? Gold is at 2,000. It's at the record highs, okay? It's at the record highs, but the mining fucking stocks are near 52-week lows. Because all these Wall Street fucking guys that dabble in stocks, that deal with stocks, okay? They are convinced that every time gold goes up, it goes back down, which has been true, because they fucking manipulated everything is a fucking lie. Gold should be like, I mean, think of this, folks. When we had the housing crisis, I think we had $8 or $9 trillion in debt, right? The country, the national debt, okay? And gold got up to $2,000, right? Now we got 34 million fucking dollars. Again, my mistake. It's incredible to even fathom. I don't know what I said before. Did I say trillion? I think I did. $8 trillion when the housing crisis hit. Gold was at 2,000. Now gold's at 2,000, and the fucking debt, the national debt's at 34 trillion. How does that fucking compute? It should be 4 times more, right? If you're comparing apples to apples. I mean, what are we talking about? Look, inflation has to do with the amount of money in the world, right? I think they call it M2 money supply. Now, I don't have the numbers in front of us, but folks, they fucking, look, the whole world printed, the United States from its existence printed so many dollar bills up to the fucking pandemic, right? And then during the pandemic, we printed just as much money. So we at least, as far as I know, we at least fucking doubled the money supply. So let's take 2008. Gold's $2,000. It's a hedge against inflation. Inflation being the amount of money in the world, right? Gold should be $4,000. There's a simple equation. There's no way around it. That's just fucking reality. It's facts. But why is it 2,000? Because they're telling us that gold's no good. Don't hold gold. All these years, decades, folks, they said that gold should be part of your portfolio, at least 10%. Folks, they manipulated us to the point where nobody's in gold. Nobody holds any gold in a portfolio. That's not the way anymore when it comes to finance and Wall Street and what they sell us, They tell us you got to be in the market. You got to be in the stock market. So as you firemen, policemen, ambulance workers, school teachers, as you keep putting money towards your, deferred compensation plan or 401k, whatever you want to call it, your retirement funds that dabble in the stock market, you are the ones they are selling to. You are the ones that are going to be holding the bag. You are the ones that are going to be hurt. Don't buy gold. No. Don't buy silver, which goes up percentage-wise even more than gold. Okay? Where's silver right now? It's fucking around $20. Right? Where was silver in all this time when the whole world, housing crisis hit and all that? It got up to $40-50, folks. Right? It's 20 now. So it should at least be double that. Right? It should be $100 an ounce. I mean, come on, folks. Everything's a lie. Everything. Look, so what I'm talking about, I'm introducing commodities to you. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. The market's going to implode. Stocks is not where the money's going to move somewhere. These guys, where are they moving right now? They're going to sell you the stocks. And where are they going to put their money? Where are they going to park their money? In commodities. They're doing it as we speak. these other nations, listen, the whole thing is orchestrated, okay? And what they want to do is bring the United States down, right? We have the reserve currency. They're going to crash the dollar. They're going to destroy this dollar. So life in America is so bad that we'll go along with the globalization plan. We'll be anything but this, because things will be so bad here. There won't be food on the shelves. It'll be like Venezuela, folks. We'll accept any fucking thing. You don't think we'll sell our freedoms? Look what they did during the you-know-what a couple of years ago. We all got in line and stood 6 feet apart, right? You know what I'm saying. I don't have to be... I mean, I'm only going to get 2 or 3 listeners, but, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they blocked my video if I mention certain things. Because this is how desperate... This is where they're taking us, folks. We're in the end game. So what I'm saying now is you don't want to be in stocks when the world implodes. You want to be in commodities. All right? Now, this is what's crazy. I went back, and I've been trying to say this, but I'm giving you detail to try to put the picture together. So what I've done, okay, is I got on Stock Fetcher, and I looked in the past, rear view mirror, okay, but I've looked at what buying commodities has been doing throughout the last few years, okay? And it's been this, folks. It goes down, then it goes up. It's been just in a range. They're not, the bull market has been in the stock market. Commodities have been just hovering up and down, up and down. So what you'd want to do is buy low in the channel, right? Buy low, and then when it gets to the upper part of the channel, you sell. You buy low, you sell. Now, I did a thing. Give me, right, I did a search. Give me these commodity ETFs. There's a basket of ETFs, about 8 or 9 of them, right? 10, let's say. One's in copper, one's in silver, one's in oil, okay? And when they hit a new low, a 13-week low, because that's a quarter, you know? When they sell you the news and tell you how silver isn't doing shit, it's not going to go anywhere, it goes down. Then the next quarter they tell you, oh, silver might be doing good with all the inflation that's occurring. Then it goes back up a little bit. Then they sell you the other news. They're manipulating you, they're playing you like a fiddle. And it's been in this range where it goes up a little, goes down, goes up and down, right? Like a bouncing ball, boom, boom, up and down, right? Not getting anywhere. But you can make money because you buy it low, 13-week low, and then when it goes higher in a couple of months, whatever, then you take profits, and then they tell you, like, oh, no, let your winners run. Bullshit. Because this has been in a trading range. This is bullshit. Up and down, up and down. You're not going to get anywhere. Now, Gregory Mannarino opened my eyes to this because he's another one like Peter Schiff, talking about the lies. He's in the right corner. He's in our corner, the people's corner. And he's telling you the manipulation. You can go check him out. He's a good guy. And what I like about him is he points out something to me. He goes, everybody's trying to call the collapse, right? When is that dollar going to collapse like we've been talking about? When is the stock market going to implode? It's not going to do it until the right signs are given, when you know they're pulling the rug from under us. And what is that? Because they're all controlling this shit. They're going to do it, and the sign will be when the dollar finally rolls off the table. And the debt market, which he points out, is the market to watch, where the bonds go, where the interest rates start to really climb out of fucking the stratosphere, like the 10-year yield, right? You know, when a yield on a bond goes up, that means the price of the bond is going down, okay? It's like an inverse. So the higher the rates, the worse it is for this fucking bond. I mean, just put it this way. Look at it this way. The bond, the U.S. Treasury bond, is the government asking to borrow money from you. So if the government is very strong and there's no weakness and the economy is strong, there's no hope there's no way that the country's going to collapse. So You're like, well, fuck, I'll park my money here. It'll be safe, no big risk. So you're not gonna get much reward. No risk equals no reward. That's just, again, common sense. If there was fucking high risk, if that the whole country was gonna collapse, let's take Greece when they were fucking collapsing back in the day, the housing crisis times, right? Greece was in trouble. Their fucking bonds were like 30%. Why was it so high? Because the whole country could have fucking went bankrupt. So who's going to put their money, who's going to let the country borrow money if it was going to collapse? Then we won't get your money back, just like the fallen knight. Just like the company, it's going to go bankrupt. If you keep putting money in on the way down, it goes bankrupt, you lose it all. The country's going to offer you 2% and they're fucking on the verge of fucking collapse. You're not going to let them borrow the money. Okay, common sense. This is how it works when it comes to borrowing money. Risk equals reward. Okay? So, they were giving you 30 fucking percent. If you were like, man, I'll take a fucking chance. Let me give them $1,000, right? They'll give me $300 fucking dollars at the end of this. Right? 30%. If it's a risk, are you willing to gamble it? It's a give or take, right? All right. So the point is, when the bond is risky, they got to offer you a big rate, folks. They manipulate it. The fucking Fed comes in. Gregory Mannarino's telling you this. He's describing when the fucking 10-year yield starts climbing and people start going, holy shit, why is the 10-year yield dropping so much? Because everybody's afraid of the impending inflation doom that's going to hit us, the hyperinflation, and the country's going to collapse and the dollar's going to die. Why am I going to invest in the United States? And then they'll have to start offering us 20%, 25% on the 10-year treasury. That's only a fucking sign, like it was with Greece, that the United States is done. We're fucking in trouble. So what do? The fucking Federal Reserve prints up fucking money that is beyond belief, right? And they go into the market and they buy they buy the fucking the bonds, the treasury bonds, in droves to the tune of trillions of dollars, folks. So they keep the yields, they keep the price up, the demand for those treasuries up. So they keep the yield down, so that nobody is the wiser. Nobody realizes, gee, the United States is in trouble. Look how fucking high the yield on their treasury bonds has gotten. They're manipulating it, folks. Everything is a lie. As the sun comes up, the theme does not change, folks. It does not change. Everything is a fucking lie. They're going in and they're buying it. Now, what do they tell you? Again, another fucking lie to cover their ass. What do they tell you on this rant? This morning drive rant? They tell you that, oh my God, we gotta support Israel. They're in a fucking war, which is a fucking lie. False flag, okay? False flag, Gaza Strip bullshit. They fucking attack and kill these fucking people that they don't have an army. Fucking Hamas is a fucking whole concept of the lie. They created Hamas. Benjamin Netanyahu said Hamas is necessary. He's a fucking wolf in sheep's clothing that everybody looks up to. This is insane. Again, folks, another lie. Why? Why do they fake the war? Why? So they got an excuse to pass bills that they just passed to the tune of trillions of fucking dollars that they don't send to fucking Israel, that they take and they buy the fucking treasury bonds with. It's all a fucking lie. Which they just could print them up anyway. They're just making excuses. They're making excuses one way or the other. Because everything's a lie. They're covering this. Look, it's twofold. Gives them excuse to bring money into the now, to quote Gregory Mannarino, who's 100% correct. To bring money into the now, okay? Fake plan of money that they can print on a whim whenever they want. Digitize, really. We say print, because back in the day they used to have to roll those printing presses and print those dollars that don't even exist anymore, folks, because everything's a lie, because it's all digitized. It's all just fucking numbers on a computer screen, folks. Everybody makes me laugh. They say they're going to bring in the digital dollar. We have the digital dollar, you fucking morons. We have it. We have digital money. Everybody walks around with a credit card. What the fuck do you think that is? There are no fucking bills being exchanged. How much money is actually printed? Literally printed. When I say it, I don't know, literally formative. What's the fucking? Look, when they physically print the money, right? It's only like 2% of it. The rest is all fucking phantom money. Money created at a bank. Oh, you want a loan, sir? Sure. Let's look at your fucking credit. Oh, yes, okay. All right, here you go. Right? They give you the loan. Boom, phantom money, just made out of nowhere. The banks themselves create money, folks, when they give you a loan, or they create a loan, right? Now, the whole thing is connected to the Federal Reserve, which is private banks at the top. I don't know if there's like 13 of them. Okay, I'm all over the place, I know. So what am I trying to say? The world's a lie. The money's a lie. Politics is a lie. The actors in the fucking play, in this theater of the, I don't want to say the word, but I'll say selection, the national selection. Just drop the S. All right? That's a lie. Wall Street's a lie. The CPI, which is a basket of all, the tracking, the inflation is a lie. What do we got? We got the sickness and health that we got is a lie. The chemtrails, they tell us are lies. Look, there's a couple of old ones, folks. They're spreading out like they do. Spreading out. Yeah. So, anyway, hey, look at this. We're right on time. Chemtrails, folks, right up there. You think that's a natural cloud formation? Okay? And then what do we got over here, folks, right? We got it in the sky. And here we got it on the land. Look at what do we got on the land, folks. Look at this. Fucking power lines galore, huh? Picking up some gamma rays from those fucking things. And we got the sea, folks. The land, the air, the sea. There you go. We got the water to the left. Poison, right? Fucking chemicals all over, radiation, fucking gamma rays, and all the whole thing. So anyway, radiation, that's what I'm trying to go for. All right, so now, everything's a lie. All right? So let's try to survive in this fucking upside down world. What do we do, right? We put our faith in God, okay? He's on our side. He's still here, folks. He's there. You got to look for him. And I'm looking at this idea using these tools, the Stock Fetcher app or website. I go on there. I test this fucking thing out. I buy these, not stocks, folks. Get away. We don't want to be in stocks. I'm buying commodities now. And I'm going to keep buying low and selling high because commodities are doing what, folks? They're bouncing up and down in a channel because they're not going to do any trends. They're never going to start a trend until, like Gregory Mannarino says, the fucking debt market implodes. When this fucking shit hits the fan finally, you got to look for what Peter Schiff gives a clue. Says when the dollar finally breaks that support level. I think of, like, he's saying, like, I don't know if it was 100 or 90. You got to look on the chart. The dollar has been kind of strong because people are still believing the lies, and they're still not ready to pull the rug from under us. I guess when they sell all their positions to all us dopes. And right now might be the time because the market's been going on a run. This might be the change of hands, folks. The changing of the guard. There might just be like selling to the people, getting all the dopes like the average blue-collar workers that don't study this stuff to get in while they're selling to us. This might be when it implodes and you'll see the dollar finally crash. Okay, you'll see it lose strength. You'll see the 10-year yield climbing no matter how much they manipulate it. And then, matter of fact, folks, get it. You got to understand, they don't have to manipulate it anymore once they're out. Once they're ready to pull the rug. when they sold all their positions to the little guy, to me and you, in their 401ks and deferred compensation plans, that's when they're just going to say, okay, let it go. Don't support this anymore. The Fed won't print the money to buy the bonds to support the 10-year yield. You know, keep it low. They'll just say, let it go now. Fuck it. No more buying it. And no one else is buying it. Look, folks, why would you, just to connect the dots once again, why would you buy a 10-year treasury, right? At I don't know, what's that? 3.5%, 4% right now? What's it even at? It's low. Let's say 4%, right? When inflation is you know it. You go to the store. Like, I'm talking about the average guy who sees the truth, right? Why would we buy a 10-year yield at 4% when we see at the grocery store our fucking groceries went up by like 20, 25%, 50%, 30%, 50%? Why? Why would we put our money? Why would you let the government of Greece, which is about to collapse, why would they have to offer you a 30% fucking rate on their bonds? Because they're about to collapse. Risk equals reward. Why would I risk parking my money, letting the U.S. government borrow it by selling me a treasury bond for 10 years, where I won't get my money back in 10 years, and all they're gonna fucking give me is 4%, 5%, if that. I don't even think it's 5 anymore. Why would I do that when I'm fucking losing each year? I'm fucking losing 8, 10, 12, 15%. Why am I going to get a return of 5%? What the fuck? It makes no sense. This is why it's a lie. You understand? So they're going to fucking pull the rug out. That's my point. When they pull that rug out, the signs will be the 10-year treasury continues to climb, and they're not stopping it anymore. They don't give a shit. They're out. And then the other thing will be the dollar will be losing value. It'll be losing strength against all other currencies. It'll get weaker and weaker. It'll fall below the support. Okay? That's when you change trends. But now you change from a range bound, buying your commodities. Hey, where did you go? What happened? All right, there you go. Don't leave me now. I'm getting to the final thing here. So what happens is, this is when you'll change from buying low and selling high. Now, when it starts to rocket because the dollar is collapsing and the treasury bonds are going higher, the yields are going higher, okay? That's when you want to change to trend following. That's when you'll shift your strategy. That's when it starts going up, that's when you want to just park it, when you want to stay on the trend, because that's going to be the next like decade of, that's where they're moving their money, folks. The countries, I think I didn't finish my thought on one of my points. The countries are selling the market now to you to hold the bag. And where are they moving their money? The countries and the Wall Street guys and the government and the people on the inside, you could say, right? Wall Street and the insiders and fucking government, okay? They're all moving their money to commodities while they sell you the stocks, because the stocks are going to implode. It's a bubble. And now the next 10 years is going to be at least 10 years, it's going to be raging commodity market. That's where the trends will be. So now, what you were supposed to do, and I learned this a bit late because I think we're at the end of this bubble, but what we should have been doing during this last, 15, 20 years is in a range, buying and selling in a trading range. You would buy the chops, like buy low, sell high when it comes to commodities, okay? And now when it flips, this is the key. You can't go back. What's done is done. I know. I'm saying this after the fact. Monday morning quarterback, I know. But the point is, I've learned how it's working. So now Gregory Mannarino says this last piece of the puzzle. God bless him. Now I realize, wait a minute. You can't just take a strategy and run with it all the time. You got to read the market. You got to understand what's going on in the cycle. The cycle's about to change. We're about to implode when it comes to the stock market. And the new, where the bull markets are going to be is going to be in commodities, okay? And when will it happen? Maybe it won't happen for another year or two. Until then, we just keep trading in the range. We keep buying the chops, as they say. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. We're just going to make little base hits, you know, little singles. We go for the home run when the trend, when the whole cycle shifts, when the whole thing comes, when you see the stock market imploding, when the dollar's, it's going to implode when the dollar crashes. You're going to see it when the 10-year treasury goes up. The yields go up, okay? Not the price. The price is falling because nobody fucking wants them things, okay? That means the yield is going up, okay? So when the yield on the 10-year treasury goes up, that's when, and the dollar is starting to lose strength, that's when we're going to dive into commodities and let it ride. We're not going to sell high. We're going to let it keep going. You get it? All right, so anyway, that's my story. All right, and I don't know. It's been a long rant, I know. I know it's been a long rant. But anyway, here I am, folks. It's time to go to work. I don't even give a shit. You know, nobody's going to watch this anyway. So I don't care if I'm here and you know where I live and at work or whatever the fuck. All right, so anyway, there you go. There's my rant. Have a good day.